Right now at 5, downpours leave La Crosse streets underwater, water trapping cars and threatening homes. We're live.
Plus, a crisis for EMS services in Wisconsin. The obstacle keeping a bill from making a difference.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 5. I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski. The area is drying out after hours of relentless rain.
Here's what West Avenue in La Crosse looked like earlier. Drivers navigating down submerged streets. At one point, police putting out an alert asking people to avoid flooded streets.
Yeah, looking significant. Cass and 20th also saw flooding, and that's where News 8 Now's Grace Monk joins us live. Grace.
It's gone now, but earlier this intersection, like Ken mentioned, was completely underwater. Several sections of Cass Street did experience flooding today. This includes the intersection at 15th Street where some cars were stuck. Houses at these intersections deal with flooding every summer. One resident says the city added more drains, but it's not enough to stop the problem.
It's an issue of how wide the drainage pipes all the way down to the river are. They're, I believe, 4 inches. And when it rains fast like this, there's numerous intersections that flood, and it can take only so much volume at a time.
There was also flooding on Front Street earlier. Water levels weren't as high as Cass Street, with some people deciding to pass through the water. And a quick reminder to drive around flooded areas to avoid getting stuck. Reporting in La Crosse, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
Grace, thank you. I saw that ambitious fellow trying to ride a bicycle through some of that flooding, too.
A brave guy. Well, we're actually postponing our outdoor company barbecue this week because, Greg, we've got more rain headed this way.
Yeah, today's activity was just a taste of it, and it was a very narrow area. In fact, if we look at the rainfall, we'll show you that small little area just north-south of the side. That's where we had 2.5 inches. We had 1.84 here. The National Weather Service on the Bluff had 1.84, but the airport only had 0.08. That gives you an idea how small the area that is, and there's your 0.08 of an inch. So it was a very small, narrow corridor that had training thunderstorms. Overall, we still have additional activity going on, but most of that is south of I-90 towards the Wisconsin River. I think we'll see a little bit of that overnight, but overall, and things aren't rendering right now with the graphics, but you'll see overnight we'll have a few additional showers coming, but overall we should have light precipitation. Not expected to see much going on, with actually temperatures getting back down to the 50s to the north and to the 70s to the south. So later on we'll see kind of breakdown, and there's your temperatures, as I mentioned, upper 50s north to the lower 70s as we have a little bit of activity going on tonight, but not a lot. It's really tomorrow that we're going to see widespread showers and thunderstorms. Will kind of indicate when we might actually dry out to this, and we do have some river issues to contend with too, and we'll explain all that a bit later.
All right. Thank you, Greg.
And a reminder, you can track the weather 24/7 using the First Warn Weather app. It's at the App Store or on Google Play.
The Wisconsin Supreme Court has handed environmental advocates a big win. The DNR can keep requiring polluters to clean up toxic PFAS chemicals and other dangerous substances. The liberal-controlled court ruling 5-2. Back in April, the city of La Crosse closed up the last well on French Island over PFAS contamination concerns. Campbell residents say this ruling ensures no contaminated community is left behind.
The DNR will be able to do their job, and their job is to hold polluters accountable, and it's also to support impacted communities.
Looking ahead, the town of Campbell hopes to have its new municipal well up and running in 2 years. Governor Tony Evers also reacting to the ruling, stating in part, quote, "It's a great day for Wisconsinites and the work to protect and preserve our state's valuable natural resources for future generations."
Well, Wisconsin is facing an EMS shortage and state lawmakers are scrambling to fix it.
News 8 Now's Allison Fergott has a closer look at their plan.
New measures in the Wisconsin legislature are looking to strengthen the state's EMS.
Everyone is dependent on EMS.
It's a crucial service, but Wisconsin EMS systems are facing challenges. One of the biggest issues, finding personnel.
I don't know of any other job that you're required to have education and licensure and often asked to do it volunteer.
The situation is heightened in rural areas, where services depend on volunteers and residents face longer transport times.
There's more time for the patient to get more ill if they're not getting appropriate care initially.
As Wisconsin's EMS reaches a critical point, the state's lawmakers are proposing new legislation to help.
We need to make sure that all communities, including, and especially I will say rural communities, have access to emergency medical technicians.
One of the bills would create a program to reimburse the costs of initial EMS training classes, which can run in the hundreds and even thousands of dollars.
This training is not free. The state needs to step forward and provide greater tuition assistance.
We can lower that barrier to entry. We're going to get more people in the door.
The bills would also increase certain ambulance service reimbursements and encourage smaller EMS systems to collaborate. But the bills themselves are facing obstacles, despite having bipartisan support. Last week, the state Senate passed the tuition reimbursement bill, but did not include any funding in order to carry out the policy.
I really think that we as a legislature are making a mistake if we do not fund innovative policy to grow and enhance our local EMS assistance.
Republicans said they chose not to include funding because they have no trust in Governor Tony Evers' office. Reporting in La Crosse, Allison Fergit, News 8 Now.
Thank you, Allison. And PAF is hopeful that once the budget is finalized, that there will be money set aside to fund the programs created in those EMS bills.
In News 8 Now follow-up, former UW La Crosse Chancellor Joe Gao has a court date. It's June 22nd, 2026. Gao is suing the university after he was let go. University officials made the move after Gao admitted to making adult videos and books. He allegedly used university equipment. Gao wants his job and back pay.
Minneapolis Federal Reserve President Neel Kashkari hosted a town hall in La Crosse today, meeting with business leaders to discuss economic conditions in the city. He says one of the biggest concerns in the area is the shortage of affordable housing.
The only way to solve this problem is to build a lot more housing units. And there are some parts of our country who make it much easier to build. So states like Wisconsin, states like Minnesota, we ought to look at some other parts of the country that are making a lot of progress in this area. We're not making as much progress as we could or should.
Kashkari says these town halls give the Fed a clearer picture of what's actually happening in the economy.
Well, kids in Onalaska are learning the value of a dollar today. Ultra Federal Credit Union is hosting free financial education camps for kids as young as 7. Today's Dollars and Cents camp teaches kids money history and basic spending concepts.
Today we're talking about some money basics, who's on money, counting money, understanding the importance of putting together a spending plan, saving money, and thinking about the future. We feel it's never too early to start thinking about money, these essential life skills.
Camps continue through Thursday with sessions on budgeting, credit, and saving strategies.
Riverfest is just around the corner, and the hunt for the famous medallion is now underway. Today's clue is, though Riverfest is La Crosse's pride, the medallion lies just outside, not downtown, but still nearby, where trees and laughter meet the sky. The medallion is hidden within 10 miles of Riverside Park, not buried and on public property. The hunt's been part of Riverfest tradition since the early 2000s. You find it, you win 4 free buttons, some koozies, $50 in food vouchers, and 10 free beverage tickets.
Happening around the state, road crews have been busy. The recent heat wave causing 53 roads to buckle across the state. According to WisDOT, a rapid change of temperatures from cool to hot can cause pavement to expand and buckle.
Heavy rains in Madison may be to blame for a partial roof collapse at Woodman's. More than 2 inches of rain reported in that area, and the store is having structural engineers look into the collapse. Firefighters say no injuries were reported. Still to come, choice words for Iran and Israel. President Trump's reaction after both countries tested the fragile ceasefire.
And an airline facing a new problem, this time caused by the recent heat wave.
When you're trying to remodel your bathroom and find that perfect look, seeing is believing. And when one of our comfort advisors visits your home to talk about bringing your vision to life, they'll come with all our products in our new showroom trailer, discovering all the possibilities.
Neil, we can't wait to see you again at Culver's.
What makes us happy is making you happy.
We want every meal
to be filled with big bite moments.
Lick the spoon moments.
And even get your hands off my cheese curds moments.
They're just too good to share. From the juiciest bites to the sweetest scoops.
We're all about bringing people together
over delicious food.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
Summer's officially here, and Fleet Farm's ready to go with unbeatable outdoor deals. Stock up on 24 packs of Fleet Farm bottled water. On sale now, just 2 for $5. Get 20 pounds of Bear Mountain barbecue pellets for $7.99 a bag. And spruce up your yard with bags of Superior Weed and Feed for just $19.99. Whether you're grilling or chilling, get what you need at the best prices guaranteed this summer at Fleet Farm. And check out all our deals at fleetfarm.com.
Schwebel, Getz, and Sieben will fight to get you a fair settlement.
They really were on top of everything. They left nothing to chance.
I always felt that they were pushing for me, advocating for me.
They gave me such a great peace of mind. I knew that I could count on them.
They're trustworthy, and they always have your best interests in mind.
I would recommend Schwebel, Getz, and Sieben to anybody who's been in an accident.
It was fantastic.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Schwebel, Getz, and Sieben for a free consultation.
With a tankless system, you can have unlimited hot water whenever and for however long you need it. Upgrade to a tankless today and never be left without hot water again. Rely on Maxwell White, plumbing done right.
Right now, the fragile ceasefire between Iran and Israel is still holding on. It comes as President Trump says he doesn't want to see a regime change in Iran.
CBS's Erica Brown has more from Capitol Hill.
Mr. President, please.
President Trump arrived in the Netherlands Tuesday for the NATO summit. En route, he announced that the ceasefire between Israel and Iran is back on track after a phone call with Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
There was going to be a retaliation this morning.
The turnaround comes hours after the president, visibly frustrated, used profanity as he lashed out at both sides, claiming they violated the ceasefire he announced just the night before.
We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
Ahead of his arrival in Europe for the NATO summit, the president posted a screenshot of a message from NATO's Secretary General congratulating him for decisive action in Iran, saying it was something no one else dared to do. Here on Capitol Hill, the classified briefing on Iran that was expected for House members today has been postponed. And we're told the Senate briefing has been pushed to Thursday so the Secretary of State and the Secretary of Defense can participate.
This last-minute postponement of our briefing is outrageous, it's evasive, it's derelict.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer slammed the delay.
There is a legal obligation for the administration to inform Congress about precisely what is happening. What are they afraid of?
In a sign that the ceasefire agreement between Israel and Iran could be sustainable, Israel prepared to fully reopen its main airport. Erica Brown, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
A new poll reveals Americans' thoughts on those U.S. strikes on Iran. According to CNN, Americans disapproving of the strikes 56% to 44%. 6 in 10 fear the strikes will increase the Iranian threat to the U.S. Stay with News 8 Now for the latest on the Iran-Israel conflict. You can track all the breaking developments on air and online at news8000.com.
Well, the high heat has Southwest Airlines dealing with a new problem. Exploding beverage cans. Officials say the heat is causing carbonated drink cans waiting to be loaded onto flights to burst.
It got up to 105, 110. You started hearing the cans before you even saw them. You could hear them deforming.
In a move to solve the problem, Southwest bought 60 new refrigerated trucks for Phoenix and Vegas, their two hottest hubs. We will have more news ahead.
But first,
definitely wet and cooler conditions for Wednesday. Some significant, even heavy rains possible that may extend to Thursday. But we do have some drier conditions coming up later this week. We'll break all that down coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
This 4th of July at Home Sleep Express, raise the bar on your sleep and get up to $500 off and a free $300 shopping cart on select Tempur-Pedic mattresses. And pay no interest for 5 years. Plus, get free delivery and setup. The Tempur-Pedic 4th of July sale at Home Sleep Express.
This is Arby's $7 Euro meal. Do the Greeks have a god of meats? If they don't, is there a form we need to fill out? A number to call? Arby's, we have the meats.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering, like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
Get the freedom to save. Get $4,250 cash allowance on this Silverado. Plus, $2,250 in trade assistance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP.
Get an 11% rebate on everything in Menards. Plastic lattice panels are durable, low maintenance, and easy to install. They're great for deck skirting, garden trellises, and creating privacy walls. Get white plastic lattice panels for $14.99 after rebate. Make landscaping simple with our free design program and step-by-step project guides. Plus, get an 11% rebate on the largest selection of concrete landscaping blocks in stock and ready to take home today.
Save big money at Menards.
A home you love. A business that endures. It takes your vision, your hard work, and your dedication to bring them to life. The right tools help. Case IH truly understands your vision and what you need to achieve it. That's why we build the equipment, the local dealer and service network, and the data and tech you want today and tomorrow. Because we don't just build our equipment to work. We built it to work for you.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships, now including La Crosse and Richland Center.
At Taco John's, we believe a better Taco Tuesday starts with better tacos. That means using 100% North American beef, cooking shells in-house daily, and a deal that makes you say, how are these only $1.29? Taco Tuesday is every Tuesday at Taco John's.
During the summer patio sale at Home Seasonal Concepts, when you spend $6.99 or more on patio, you'll get a $100 MasterCard rewards card and get an additional $100 rewards card for every additional $1,000 spent. The summer sale, now at Home Seasonal Concepts.
Along with the heavy rainfall, some of the smaller creeks and rivers are responding, and right now we do have some flood watches out for the Kickapoo, Yellow, and Black River here. A lot of that will crest Saturday or Sunday. Right now everything's in minor flood stage, but that could change depending on what we see for precipitation going through Thursday. This may extend then further or at least keep the levels up a little bit. Right now, Black River Falls, the 2 gauges are expected to get to minor flood probably by Saturday too. This flood warning extends all the way down. It's not included, but it extends all the way down to the Mississippi River. So that's what we're expecting right now. They are starting to rise, but it's going to be probably till Saturday till you see these crest. That's what we're going to see. Now the Kickapoo, that's also going to be expected to see rises too, up to minor or at least near minor flood stage or in it. So it'll take a little bit of time to get down. This is probably more Sunday as you get towards Gays Mills and further south. Once again, more rain could make this worse or at least keep the crest going on for a few days, so stay tuned if you live along that. Kickapoo is notorious to be flooding quite a bit during the summer with the respond. Now what goes on the Mississippi, we'll have to just see what goes on with all the precipitation and see what rises we get as all that gets into the system later on. Overall tonight, we're just going to see a little bit of activity mainly south of I-90. I think most of the night should be fairly quiet. Some clearing skies, or at least some clear skies as you go further north. As we get later in the night, we'll still see a bit of activity, but I think you'll see more cloud cover as we get later in the night as a big complex begins to develop to the west and a warm front starts lifting north towards about the Iowa-Minnesota border. You can see those winds turning right there from east to southeast. That's what we're going to key in on for tomorrow for precipitation, is that warm front. It's going to start spreading activity probably late in the morning here. We're looking at about 7 to 8. We'll start seeing scatter activity spread southwest and northeast. So some areas may see a wet commute, but it'll be light precipitation likely. As we get later in the late morning into the noon hour, that's when activity starts to pick up, and that big huge complex out there, as now the front is pretty much stalled right across the Iowa-Minnesota border, that'll continue to rotate into the area. So that could be some significant rainfall north of I-90 through the afternoon. Spotty showers and thunderstorms continue through the afternoon. Then we might see a little bit of a break before now we see more development, kind of like we saw on Monday, where we might see a line of showers and thunderstorms developing right along I-90 that could push towards I-90 and south towards the evening. Now those we'll have to keep an eye on because those do have potential to maybe be severe with damaging winds. Otherwise, wet conditions continue with steady rainfall through the afternoon or even the evening for areas along and north of I-90. There's your activity through the evening hour. That'll push south. I think we'll see somewhat of a dry break at some point Wednesday night. More activity going into Thursday. Now precipitation, this all depends on where this line forms. With this amount, more confidence you're going to see some significant rainfall, at least 1.5 to 2 inches with that widespread steady rain, embedded thunderstorms in the northern areas too as that system begins to push east. So stay tuned. We could have, once again, more flooding issues depending if we get training of storms in certain areas, but most of it will be centered south. Tomorrow's highs, mid-60s north with a lot of cloud cover precipitation, but areas to the south may still get up in the low 80s with that sunshine in the afternoon hour. And as we go to Thursday, we have more activity going. Potentially, we could see another showers in the morning and then maybe another line of storms in the afternoon as finally the cold front starts to push through and we'll have drier conditions coming, but that's going to be till that. There's your Thursday's highs, a little bit warmer, especially further south where we might get some more sunshine. Everyone will see the sunshine on Friday. We're going to have a warm, somewhat hot weekend, maybe not quite as bad as last weekend, but then we do have storms to watch out for Sunday afternoon before next week. Refreshing, low 80s and pretty much seasonal conditions and lower humidity too. So stay tuned. If you live near rivers and creeks, keep an eye on that, especially the ones that are more flashy. That means they respond quickly to some of the raw water because we could have opportunities for flooding going on for the next couple days.
All right. Thanks, Greg.
After the break, a hotel is offering free rooms with one catch.
Yeah, the Fishbowl Suite where privacy goes out the window. Next.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
My name is Sheila Algon, and I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Toma Health.
At Toma Health, we're committed to providing comprehensive orthopedic care for our community.
It's good job satisfaction to make someone feel better and get back to what they like to do. The patients really, really appreciate what we do here, and they appreciate not having to go far away to get things done. I can tell you the staff here has been working very hard to provide me with the things that I need to do a good job for our patients.
Learn more about Toma Health's orthopedic surgery at tomahealth.org.
Hello, I'm Christy Halenka, Reading Program Chair at Viterbo University. Viterbo is proud to serve our area communities by providing programs that produce quality educators and leadership in our schools. Viterbo University is once again partnering with News 8 to recognize outstanding classroom teachers in the area. We look forward to working with generations of teachers and change agents for years to come. Do you know a top-notch teacher? Then go online to news8000.com or write to this address.
Online security is, like, as a mom, one of the very highest priorities. There's so many things that we have to watch out for. With Spectrum, I don't have to worry about it. I know when my kids are on their devices, they are protected because I'm not always sitting right next to them. The reliability, the connectivity, the security, everything is kind of all in one. That absolutely makes it worth it to me.
Fast, reliable internet starting at $30 a month, backed by the Spectrum commitment to keep you connected.
It's rodeo time in Holman. Join us this Labor Day weekend at the Cooley Region Riders Club for our 30th annual rodeo. But that's not all. Sunday night, the arena turns into a concert stage featuring country star Easton Corbin with Wisconsin's own Chris Cruzy from The Voice. Purchase your pre-sale tickets to the entire weekend for just $40 at HolmanRodeo.com. This is the premier rodeo experience of the whole Midwest. 2 days, one unforgettable weekend. It's rodeo time. Don't miss it.
A boutique hotel in Ibiza has tourists talking and watching.
A fishbowl style room offers no curtains, no covers, just you, your suitcase, and a crowd of curious onlookers. The Zero Suite offers a free night to anyone who doesn't mind being the center of attention. Guests say it's a unique experience, but don't expect a good night's rest with people knocking on the glass at all hours.
Creepy.
Yeah, I'm up for a lot of things. This is one I would pass on.
Yeah, and it's not even just the people staying in there. It's the people standing outside watching somebody just stay in a hotel.
I wouldn't be able to sleep at all. And you have to have energy in Ibiza. It's a party island,
Absolutely.
You know? Not for me. All right, Greg has a final look at your forecast right after the break.
Up to 60% off list at the 4th of July blowout at Slumberland Furniture. 6 select recliners, just $4.99 each. Get an Ashley sofa for just $3.49. The 4th of July
to step into the spotlight. Lights, summer, action. Get great deals on your favorite Ford trucks. Then take advantage of the season. From the built Ford Tough F-150 to the 2024 North American Truck of the Year Super Duty. Your local Northland Ford dealers are rolling out the red carpet with exclusive deals on America's best-selling trucks. Get behind the wheel of a new Ford today. Don't wait. Last chance to get employee pricing plus more than $11,000 in total savings on a new 2025 F-150. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
Right now at US Cellular, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90.
Hey, we're tired of having the wool pulled over our eyes with these hidden requirements. What aren't we seeing?
Yeah. Do we get our choice of free phones?
Yep, you get the latest phones.
I bet we have to trade in our old phones, though.
Nope, sure don't.
Wow.
High five. Almost. Higher. Yes. Nope.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in. And we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
At Vernon Memorial Healthcare, we believe in your birth, your way. From prenatal visits to postpartum care, we provide continuous support, respect your birth plan, and ensure a smooth transition from pregnancy to parenthood. With expert lactation consultants and a comforting home-like environment, we're here for you before, during, and after delivery. Vernon Memorial Healthcare, where your journey is in caring hands.
Up to 60% off list at Slumberland. Get this limited time deal, a Sealy Queen mattress starting at just $299. No one sells Sealy for less. Plus our 365-night sleep guarantee. Only at Slumberland.
All right, tomorrow we will have showers and thunderstorms. Could be heavy rain potential, especially further north. Maybe some stronger storms in the evening, so pay attention especially. We finally do dry out for Friday, so that's the good news. Although it will be a warm weekend probably again.
All right, but not 100-degree indices?
No.
No.
There we go.
All right, that does it for us at 5.
We'll see you at 6.